I just want to preface this one by saying that the video that we're reacting to is on the situation with Jem from Squid School. So I'm just putting that out there in case anyone wants to opt out for the fact that it's on sensitive topics. Yeah, this video showed up in my recommended yesterday, and it's basically covering everything up until I think recently. So I wanted to look at it. We're starting like almost partway through the video because, like I said, it goes over the whole timeline. So I'm not reacting to the stuff that I already knew. I'm only gonna continue from the things that I don't know or didn't know, because I did watch a little bit just to see where the new stuff started. But yeah, this is like, I'm just starting from after the Splat Safety thing. So yeah, this is where we're starting off from.
The reason why Six, as well as many others, were perplexed by the SCCS's statement is because Six had specifically told them about a time where Jem had slapped her in the face, and they even agreed that he was out of line for that. And she has proof right here. At WowieA, okay, I apologize in advance if this blows up, but I have to share it because it's making me so mad. So there was an instance where Jem slapped me in the face without my expressed enthusiastic consent, and the SSC person agreed it was out of line.
This guy also made a reaction video to the male Splatoon idols drama. I mean, yeah, unfortunately, drama seems to be what sells for content creators nowadays. What is this and who made it? It's just going over the entire timeline of the whole Squid School situation up until this point, from what I understand. But I'll link the video when I'm done watching it.
So do something? And showing the proof here, Six says, thank you for clarifying. Are you asking why he thought the slap would be consensual, or like everything? And they respond, everything, kissing and cuddling mostly, the slap not included, since that was very out of line. It was clear you were not sure about it, so he should have discussed it before anything happened. To corroborate this, Six shows a conversation she had with Jem around the time that this had happened, all the way back in...
That feels very weird to me, to be honest. Like, Jem didn't seem like the type of person to get physical, like, ever, just from his videos. But yeah, that just goes to show why you shouldn't be trusting people that are considered, that you see online, because some people can hide who they are.
September of 2022. Six sends him a screenshot of a thread with eye emoji saying, how does the idea of being slapped in the face during sex make you feel? Jem replies, fair warning, some of those answers are pretty old at this point, but
what the heck?
I'm a switch. And here I was trying to be gentle with you. I mean, don't go hurting my dick or anything, but if you want to shove me around...
Okay, this guy needs to talk away from his microphone. Oh my gosh. He either needs a pop filter or he needs to be talking away from his microphone, because these plosives are kind of... But yeah, this is odd.
Or say something... Or say some things that aren't all ooh soft. I'm here for it. Takes notes. I'm surprised you say indifferent. That's definitely not how you react to getting slapped in other places. In the face though, actually I haven't tried it, so I can't say how I'd react. If you aren't giving enough eye contact while you're sucking me off, why am I reading this out loud? Well, maybe you deserve it. It'll teach you some manners. Anyway, I know you're not as interested in being dominant, so don't feel like you have to suddenly become a dominatrix for me if you don't want to. But if you ever had any curiosity about taking control of me or even just being a little brattier, you have my permission to start working that in. Bro, what is... I don't know, you just give off such wholesome cinnamon roll energy that I feel genuinely bad when I hurt you.
I, I don't even know what to say. Personally, I think people who talk like that need to maybe I don't even know. This is so weird. Like, it's weird. It's weird thinking that this is something that Jem typed out and sent to someone. Like, this is. I mean, granted, people act differently behind closed doors. But yeah, I don't know. I'm speechless, I'm not gonna lie.
Maybe Jem cried about this, was too busy crying about this for months because the conversation didn't continue until fucking December. So I don't know how almost an entire half a year went by and
Half a year? Wait, huh? Wait, so let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. This conversation was just kind of cut off. And like, am I to believe they didn't DM each other at all after that point? And then 6 months later, he responds to it? What? Maybe this will finally answer the question whether he's a creep or not. Yeah. But I don't know, man. This behavior is just... I have no words for this.
he's now just resuming the conversation, but he says, if I sober up and suddenly I'm like, oh, actually there was something and I was just too dumb to notice, I'll let you know. I don't know, maybe I got a little rattled because I made you cry and I felt bad. That's not your fault at all though. I feel bad for making you feel bad. It didn't hurt that much after a few minutes. It was just scary, I guess. It's completely within your right to feel the way you did. I hurt/scared you. Like, don't turn that around and say you made me feel bad. But I did, lol. I knew it wasn't on purpose. I felt bad for good reason, lol. If I hadn't felt bad after seeing you like that, I'd be a bad person.
So,
if I hadn't felt bad after seeing you like that, I'd be a bad person.
the stuff he's saying is so weird. It reminds... Yeah, I don't like. I feel like there isn't really anything that I can make a coherent thought off of because I can't really think of anything other than this is just weird. But like, this isn't like, obviously the video is not done yet, so more stuff could, like, this doesn't really feel like, I mean, it feels kind of like a human mistake, I guess, but I feel like I don't really know the full context of, like, you know, Jem slapping her or whatever. So I can't really say for sure, but I don't know. That feels it's just very weird. That's real. That's like all I can really say. It just feels weird.
And just a day before, on July 3rd, before the entire Splat Safety Twitter post, a user named Beta had made a tweet saying, "For the sake of fairness, allow me to share the response from the public."
We're watching drama. Yeah, this video like covers the entire Squid School drama, and including stuff that I didn't see yet, so I wanted to react to this because I got it in my recommended yesterday, so I was like, oh great, because I was about to say I don't think I'm gonna have anything to react to for this stream, and then this just showed up in my recommended, so yippee.
Beta had made a tweet saying, "For the sake of fairness, allow me to share their response from the public Splat Safety Discord while they wait for the social media person to be able to post it to Twitter themselves." So this happened before they had made that Twitter post where they had posted in their Discord about this.
Okay.
And Six was confused by this because she said, "I literally told them it was granted." And here she has a screenshot showing, "Hi Splat Safety, my sexual assault advocate recommended that I get an order of protections restraining order against Jem, and I just got an email that he's been served. Thank you." And curiously, they had went on to make this Twitter post anyway, and she had created another tweet saying, "Here's the whole reply for funsies. Here's what you can look forward to as an SA victim."
The whole reply for funsies. I don't know, man. This type of talk is not something I feel like a true SA victim would be speaking. I don't know. That's just me. Yeah.
And these Discord DMs read, "Hi Six, we've carefully reviewed all of the testimonies we've received over the last several months regarding the events that took place on the night."
I mean, I get she was being sarcastic, but even then, I'm just like, okay, that's a little off-putting.
Of bowling with Jem and otherwise. This included a thorough comparison of your account with Gem's, plus an extensive review by several council members. Unfortunately, we've run into lots of issues trying to complete this case so far. The testimonies we've received from various parties often seem to contradict each other, with further pursuit of facts only leading to more confusion and confliction. It's been difficult to say with certainty how events played out because of this. In order for this case to receive the appropriate conclusion, we will be placing it in our cold case file for now and allowing the police and justice system to conduct their comprehensive investigation without any external influence by us. Please note that our investigation is conducted by a volunteer group and is not intended to provide legal advice. Once they have completed the process, assuming you intend to move forward with that, we can revisit the case as needed. We're sorry we can't help more at the moment, but we hope you understand why we're making this decision for now. Thank you so much for your patience and understanding. And this is very confusing to read because Six had provided more than enough evidence that this had happened. She had gotten a restraining order and it was served, yet they still refused to take action against Jem until there's some like official legal response to it, which is admittedly very suspicious.
Well, I don't think it's necessarily suspicious. I think it's more so just that they have a bit of like unsurety on the situation, because at the end of the day it really is just a he said she said situation at this point in time. So I don't really think it's weird that Splat Safety was holding off until a verdict in court was read out or passed, whatever. I don't do legal stuff, so I don't know how it works. But it's I'm trying to figure out how to word this properly. Okay, so yeah, it's really just a he said she said situation at this point in time. So I don't really blame Splat Safety for being on the fence about taking action, because there is always the possibility that it could have been a setup. I'm not saying it is, I'm not saying it isn't. I don't know yet because I haven't gotten through the whole video, and up until this point I've been kind of on the fence about who, like who's right and wrong in this scenario. But again, I don't a restraining order doesn't automatically mean that the person is guilty. I mean, look at like the situation with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Like, she sued him for abuse, and then later on it was proven that Johnny Depp was innocent. So, you know.
Now, 2 days later, on July 6th, Jem had responded saying, "I vehemently deny Six's false allegations. I have no influence over Splat Safety, who have encouraged everyone to keep an open mind because none of you have all the information necessary to adjudicate this matter."
Exactly. That's what I mean.
You post her allegations are defaming me. Because her allegations are not true, I will see Six in court. Soon after, IMAD quote tweets him saying, "Nuh-uh, if the situation wasn't so serious, I'd be laughing my head off because this is exactly how I expected him to respond. It's utterly ridiculous. If he's losing followers, it's because people are beginning to see the kind of person he is. To be honest, I don't give a crap if people watch his videos or not, or how many subs he has. The point of coming out with all this information was for the truth to be known, and for him to stay the fuck away from Six and I. Yet here he comes again."
Sorry for all the swearing, guys. I can't really control that.
Literal months not talking to him, but the moment she ignores him at a LAN he wants to be friends again, he cares more about his public image than actual people. More about being right than being kind. More about how people treat him than how he treats others.
I mean, that's not really, that doesn't really inherently mean that I guess I can see it. It is definitely a little bit weird that he would just want to be friends again after not talking for ages, and then just her ignoring him at a LAN. Yeah, that would be a little bit strange.
Not much had happened after this for about 10 days, where IMAD had come back with a tweet saying, "Hello everyone, thank you again for all the kind words towards Six this past week. For those who aren't aware, Jem is contesting her order of protection against him in court, as some of you have expressed interest in helping Six financially. I created a Ko-Fi goal for her case. Six and I don't want anyone to feel obligated to give by any means. We appreciate how supportive everyone has been already. For those who want to donate, we're truly grateful for anything you're able to spare." Now, later on August 1st, after he was replying to himself about going live with somebody for some event, he had said, "And for those who still would like to help out financially, my Ko-Fi page is live again. Note, we had to pay most of the legal fees up front and out of pocket before we began accepting donations. Though contributions to the fund don't go directly to the case, they do help with groceries and other essentials we've had to budget." And then again, not much had happened after this, but on September 5th, around the time of the Riptide tournament, IMAD had created a tweet with some more news on the case, saying, "A bit of a PSA, mainly for friends and Riptide goers. As of August 26th, 2024, an order of no contact is in place between Six and Jem for the next 16 months or so, effectively replacing the temp protection order. Official post to follow in the near future. Just wanted to give a heads up."
Okay, so it was a seems like it was a legitimate thing then, right? Because they haven't. I mean, yeah. If that was the case, the case of the case, it would mean that there is some substance to the accusations then, if not some.
"To be honest, I don't even know if Jem is attending or not. Regardless though, no matter where you stand, no one should go out of their way to harass the guy. Nobody needs that. All I want is for you all to be smart, stay safe, and have a good time this weekend." Now we actually have proof with the actual court order itself right here, with the respondent being Jem and the petitioner being Six. And it reads, "Respondent through his attorney blank and petitioner by and through her attorney blank agreed on the agreement stated in this order. The ex parte order has been hereby vacated in exchange for the following agreement." And an ex parte order is basically the restraining order with only one party being present or knowing of this.
Bro, I'm sorry, man. This guy, like, just turn your mouth away from your mic. Just turn it away from your mic. Every single plosive I can hear, it's like, I don't know. It always irks me when people are going like into the microphone every other word. It's just like, all you need to do is just turn your mouth away from your microphone. It's just such a simple fix.
So that is being scrapped for another restraining
Anyway,
order
sorry.
that Jem knows about and that they both agreed upon. The court finds that it has jurisdiction over the parties and subject matter, and the petitioner and respondent have been provided with reasonable notice and opportunity to be heard. The court orders: 1. Respondent and petitioner shall have no contact directly, indirectly, or through others, in person, in writing, electronically, or by any other means with each other. 2.
Right.
Respondent shall have no direct contact with blank Blake. I'm assuming that is Six in her actual legal name. 3. Respondent and petitioner shall not post on any social media platform about the prior vacated ex parte order for protection and its contents, with the exception of one post by both parties upon approval of both parties. 4. Respondent shall take the initiative to resolve any incidental contact. If incidental contact occurs during an event that both parties are attending, such as a gaming tournament, respondent will seek resolution with the proper event staff that can remedy the situation. Respondent nor petitioner will not be prohibited from appearing at the same tournaments as the other. Instead, respondent and petitioner will be placed in different locations. 5. Respondent will privately inform Splat Safety Council of this agreement. Splat Safety is the administrative user on Discord. 6. Respondent and petitioner can cooperate with any investigation by Splat Safety Council. 7. Respondent and petitioner shall not encourage comments by third party. And 8. This order will remain in effect until December 27th, 2025, or until further order or modification. And it's ending off with violation of this order will be addressed in a new civil proceeding. And as number 7 here says, respondent petitioner shall not encourage comments by third parties. I do, just like I had said earlier in the disclaimer, 6 has not encouraged this video at all, nor has she helped with it.
Nor has she encouraged my stream. I guess I should probably point that out as well. I've never even been in contact with 6, so I don't know how that would happen.
Nor has she. So I just want to put that there, so just in case something happens, Jem doesn't have like this video as dirt on her in a legal case.
Hello,
we
Bun.
also here have the reason as to why she had gotten the ex parte order in the first place and how she went about getting that. And it reads, why do you or the other person listed at number 3 need an OFP? Describe the domestic abuse by answering the question below. If there are several dates, start with the most recent incident and use the description of abuse attachment to describe what happened on the other dates. Now here she was asked who else was there, but she says no one else was present at the same or at the time of the most recent abuse. And here she describes what happens. Jeffrey, who is Jem by the way, Jeffrey and I have broke up approximately 8 months prior to this event. We were at a public bowling meetup and
so this is the whole incident.
He coerced me into going home with him after he being clear that friendship was all I was interested in. When we got to his house, I felt intimidated due to past abuse and felt pressured into sexual activities. In our past relationship, he was emotionally abusive to the point that I attempted suicide from being so miserable.
Goodness.
I continued to do what he told me to do because I was afraid of the repercussions of not doing what I was asked. At this point, he had non-consensual sex with me right after I got dressed and left. I have since filed a police report and am afraid of retribution by him. Since this event, he contacted my ex-husband to get information about me. I do not feel safe knowing that he will find out about the police report and could contact me without any consequences.
It's just crazy to me, bro. Like, I think this is a perfect example as to why you should not trust content creators ever. You shouldn't idolize them. You shouldn't even trust them, because they can just be putting on a face the whole time and be hiding who they are behind closed doors. Like, this doesn't even sound like Jem. Like, just thinking of the context of his videos and the way he speaks and talks in his videos, like, this doesn't even sound like like the same person. This sounds like an imposter. Like, this is nuts.
She had also submitted photographic evidence of the abuse she had endured by Jem, but I am not going to show that for obvious reasons. First,
yeah.
YouTube probably would not allow that, and to respect her privacy. But she also
That's
included
crazy,
some
bro.
DMs between her and Jem to kind of highlight and show more about how their relationship was
okay.
with each
Here
other.
we go.
Now I'll read all of those here now.
Here we go.
We continue saving sleepovers for weekends and sleep Wednesdays in our own beds. That worked well for me last time. Okay, thank you. Sorry, I know you like sleeping over. It's fine. You know what? Maybe let's not meet up tonight, because what is even the point? So what I'm taking from this is that it's not fine. No, it is fine. Like, I get it. I don't know. It's just like...
Yeah, even if the content creator seems chill, it's always a good idea to be observant about how they treat others around them. Exactly. I mean, even then, like, it's still... Because, again, they can just be putting on a face in public. So you should never just... Like, even if you observe how they are with other people, you still should keep your guard up, because they can be a completely different person behind closed doors than they are in public. It's like, you never know. That's why, like, never idolize content creators or anyone. Like, never idolize anyone. It's not good. It's not good for you.
I feel like a crazy person because I have to constantly remind myself that, wait, Jeff actually does like me and is not trying to actively sabotage the relationship. And when I get to spend time with you, that definitely comes through with your actions and how you treat me. But it's between times where I doubt myself, and I really realize that although we've talked about it like a million times, you aren't doing anything to really make me feel any better about it. I guess I just don't think it should be solely be my responsibility to make me feel safe in our relationship when I go out of my way to make sure you know I care about you and that I like you and that I think you're hot and I like being with you.
Yeah,
And
that's
seeing you tonight
100%
will make me
fair.
Beyond happy. I've been over the moon since Monday thinking about getting to see you again, but I know by Thursday I'm just gonna end up back here. And then Jem replies, I've got a few questions then. What is causing the relationship to feel unsafe in the first place? If every interaction we have reinforces the safety of it, why does that deteriorate instead of leaving you feeling more confident in it with each time we meet? Would we need to interact IRL every day? That probably doesn't happen unless we live together, and we've talked about that already. If I'm not doing anything to really make you feel any better about it, what does doing something look like? I suppose it's because I know you're not really committed to me, like you got options, and it doesn't seem like I ever cross your mind or you miss me or anything like that, which makes me feel unwanted. Doing something could be as simple and silly as saying, hi, I like you and want to see you again, which I suppose I'm assuming is a true statement. Like, do you realize you never say that? Not even anything close? If you think it would help, we could discuss this in person. I don't put emphasis on saying things like that routinely because saying things is easy. In my first relationship, I said things like that all the time, and then I realized a long time later that saying them when I didn't mean them was easier than telling the truth. I feel like I can't square the commitment. I can't square the commitment you want from me with our situation. Any living arrangement I could share with you in the foreseeable future would feel like a guest room for me. Committing to you means committing not just to one person, but also to everything you've already committed to.
What?
A husband and 2 kids that aren't mine.
Wait. Huh? Husband and 2 kids? What? So what, is this a poly relationship? What the heck? I mean, sure, I guess.
The whole house that was built without a place for me in mind. Since you're already committed to so much, I can only expect so much from you, and I shield myself from getting so emotionally involved that I want what I can't have. I feel like I'm a
Freaky epidemic is getting out of hand. Yeah, like, what is this? This is ridiculous. Like, are we sure this is actually Jem? Like, this feels so out of character for him. It's ridiculous.
supplement to marriage, the physical intimacy and cup myself from getting so emotionally involved that I want what I can't have. I feel like I'm a supplement to marriage, the physical intimacy and comfort that Dex isn't comfortable with, which is totally fine with me. If I'm able to seek out someone else to cohabit with and sew my blank together with, but I'm not getting my needs.
I think it said myself.
Really hard.
Oh, sew my life together with. Okay.
To someone I'll never marry or have kids met. If I'm going to commit really hard to someone I'll never marry or have kids with or share a bank account with, because it would come at the expense of someone I could do all those things with. The more I entangle myself with you, the more you tumble head over heels for me, the more warned I get that I'm going to end up committing more to you than you possibly can commit to me.
Bro, I don't... I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't even think this is something that human beings should be doing in the first place. Like... if you're already committed to someone, like... why... I don't know, man. Maybe it's just different in beliefs, but this type of thing just never really... I never really understood this type of thing, personally. But it's like, even then, if Jem had an issue with this, why get into this relationship in the first place? Like, this whole thing is just wild. I'm like... genuinely at a loss for words.
I do enjoy being with you. I said so the last time we had a conversation like this, and I meant it, even if I haven't been repeating it daily. I want to see you tonight, but I'm just not ready to be a part of your family yet. It's only been 3 months. It feels like you need me to be family as fast as possible. And if that's something you need from me in order to want to see me at all, well, I'm not ready for that. I don't want you to live with me right now. I didn't even mention that. Is that what commitment is to you? You're not saying it, but you're bringing me into your house as often as you can, and the kids all know me, and Dex is going out of his way to invite me. And every time I express interest in you, all of those things happen more often, and it's becoming clear that that's the direction things head in the future, and the further we go away from where we started as friends with benefits and move towards boyfriend/girlfriend.
Oh, so that's what it was. I mean, to each his own, I guess, but I feel like they kind of did this to themselves with this situation. Both of them, just to be clear, but again, to each his own.
Okay, so is it that not what you want then? Because you're sending me mixed signals here. The prospect of spending time with you and getting to know you is exciting, but the prospect of rearranging my life to fit like a puzzle piece into a predetermined spot in someone else's is not. The more I indulge in the first, the more I get uncomfortable the second is happening. That's fair, but I suppose I don't really understand what the alternative is. Anyone you enter into a romantic relationship with would want to rearrange your life to match closer with theirs. Your schedule is weird, your apartment is small, you don't go anywhere or do anything. Is someone supposed to just conform to whatever you want them to? But they could meet me in the middle on that. They would still be able to rearrange theirs somewhat. We could compromise. I'm never going to feel okay with asking you to compromise on your kids or your husband. So it's either I change or we keep our distance. I feel guilty asking for more time from you because you have your family you could be with. The more time I ask for, the
Hi,
closer I
Wasabi.
need to get to them.
Made you sick. Yeah, it's very weird. Like, very weird.
Decide to be okay with the time we get family you could be with. The more time I ask for,
What's happening? Go back like 30 seconds into the stream, and I literally just explained it.
because you have your family you could be with. The more time I ask for, the closer I need to get to them. I was just going to decide to be okay with the time we'd figured out can work for us, but it always feels like that's not enough for you, and that you'll eventually need to be able to see me every day. You shouldn't feel guilty for asking for more time.
Dang.
If that's what you want, I love spending time with you, but I 100% have and always will understand that I can't see you every day. Okay, but that doesn't feel like what you were saying earlier. That all of the in-between days you feel unwanted, because you don't tell me that you still want to see me. I know that sounds stupid, but how would you feel if you're the only one making the weekly plans, the only one saying I miss you, the only one trying to spend any time with the other? You'd feel like a dumb idiot is the answer. It goes back.
I don't think that's true personally. I think it's just, the thing is that some people are more introverted than others, and some people just have different ways of showing affection that aren't just through words. Like, there are a significant amount of people that are just more, like, they show affection more through physical touch and other things. And sometimes they're not a planner. That's just how some people are. I feel like if you have an issue with someone having different ways of showing affection than you, maybe you probably should be looking for someone else, or, like, I don't know, spend time with your husband since you're already married? Like, why are you even doing this when you have a husband? Like, that's the weirdest thing to me. Like, again, like, I'm not going to try to tell anyone how to live, but I feel like that's part of the issue here. This is messy. Yeah, this is 100% messy. Like, from what I'm seeing, I don't think either of them are in the right. I feel like they're both doing they both are doing things that are questionable. It's like everyone was just so quick to like say that Jem was the guilty party here. I think they're both guilty to some extent. Like, I don't know, man. This is jumped the gun. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people do that, unfortunately. They don't really do their own research when it comes to things. They just follow the crowd and what they're saying.
Back to my thing about making displays of an idiot is the answer. It goes back to my thing about making displays of affection routine. Saying I miss you just feels like a routine thing to say. Something that I'm socially expected to repeat back. Sometimes that could easily become meaningless from being said too much. If we really do miss each other badly, we're kind of stuck. We just started seeing each other more than we ever have before. With regular
I think he's right. Like, at some point, it just ends up becoming a routine and it starts losing its value. Like, I feel like you shouldn't really be saying that kind of stuff routinely, because eventually it's just going to feel like you're saying it out of obligation, not because you actually mean it. I mean, I'm not saying that's how it is for everyone. I'm just saying I see where Jem is coming from in that regard. Because, like, I'm the same way to an extent. Like, I don't really like saying things I don't mean just because it's routine and whatnot. It just ends up becoming it just ends up feeling disingenuous after a while.
sleepovers too. If we really do miss each other badly, we're kind of stuck. We just started seeing each other more than we ever have before. With regular sleepovers too. If that didn't help things at all, what will? Doesn't that just mean we're all...
I mean, a few words of affection is okay, but you show the other person you like them by doing stuff with them. Yeah, exactly. I'm not saying words of affection are bad. I'm just saying if you give words of affection enough, eventually it could get to a point where it feels disingenuous. It's about having the balance between words of affection and spending time and doing stuff with the person. Like, I think it goes back to the old saying of actions speak louder than words. I think when it comes to it, it should be like 60-40 or 70-30. I'd say more so like 70-30 in terms of actions and words. Like, I think majority of the time you should just be showing affection through your actions, because words can lie. Actions a lot of the time don't. There's your dating advice from me. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to keep the mood as light as I can, because it don't want to be too much of a downer, but I probably shouldn't be doing stuff like that.
Is going to be dissatisfied. I will own that you... Doesn't that just mean we're always going to be dissatisfied? I will own that you put in more of an effort to plan things when we do spend time together. But really, we could wing it every night and I'd still be having a great time. I'd chip in any idea for something new to do if I got bored, but you've wanted to do new things so often I haven't even gotten to that point. I say I miss you to my mom when I call her. Doesn't mean I'm moving back home tomorrow. I can't just miss you and not have to be physically next to you. I don't want you to say it if you don't mean it. That's not what I'm asking. When I hear I miss you, what I hear is I'm dissatisfied with how little we're seeing each other. So I guess maybe I'm not interpreting that right.
I think that's a fair way to look at it. Like, I don't know. Am I weird for thinking that's logical? Like, usually when someone says they miss something, it means they want to, like, they want more of the thing. That's usually what it means. No, I don't know. I think it is. Maybe I'm weird. Hello, that guy.
Just like it'd be cool to know you still cared about me when we.
When I hear I miss, I think as in I want to see more often. Yeah. Yeah, like I feel like that's just a logic that's just a purely logical way to look at it, to look at that statement.
Weren't physically together. It feels like there's a pressure to be less absent. Yeah, I think that sentiment is what I hear is I'm dissatisfied with how little we're seeing each other, so I guess maybe I'm not interpreting that right. Just like it'd be cool to know you still cared about me when we weren't physically together. It feels like there's a pressure to be less absent. Yeah, I think that sentiment is better expressed with the phrase, I'm dissatisfied with how little we're seeing each other.
No? That's the same thing. What is this logic? That's Am I taking crazy pills? Is that not just the same thing? Do those two things not mean the same thing? I don't get it. Like, can someone please explain to me how those two statements are different? I don't get it. To me, that just reads the exact same.
I've grown up with "we missed you" being used to passive-aggressively signal that you're late or that you weren't there when they were supposed to be. Well, if that's not the most Midwestern thing I've ever heard. No, when I say it, it means I missed your presence and I can't wait to see you again.
My question is, why was this even a discussion? It just feels nitpicky. The thing about relationships is you need to be able to communicate. And if there is a miscommunication, it's better to get the miscommunication out of the way or spoken about and dealt with. Especially if you're in a romantic relationship. Like, yes, to an outsider it might feel nitpicky, but when you're in a relationship with someone and you're spending like countless amounts of hours with them, those supposed nitpicky things can add up over time and eventually can spiral into a bunch of misunderstandings and miscommunications. So it's best to address those issues as soon as possible. But I feel like in this case, yeah, no, I feel like in this case, this is, I don't know. You're back with your plate of waffles. Nice. What'd you miss? We're basically going through a conversation between Gem and Six where they're discussing about spending time together, more time together, essentially. Yeah. And I'm like saying how stupid it is to claim that saying I miss you doesn't allude to wanting to spend more time with the person. That's basically what you missed. Yeah, no, that's another I mean, exactly. Like, I don't know. this whole situation is just so weird. Like, hello, 2D Cat. Like, it's just weird. Like, I've said it so much during this, and I feel like but I feel like there's no other way to describe it. This whole situation is just weird.
I guess I'm just still worried that I'm leading you on. I think about you often, multiple times daily, but when I do, it comes along with the dread.
Sometimes I miss can be reminiscing. No, I know that, but I feel like in this specific instance, like if you're specifically saying that I miss you, as in I miss a person, like I feel like a natural thought would be like, I want to spend time with you again, or want to spend more time with you. This is so weird. And also, like, bro, you're married. If you just not love your spouse, if that's the case, tell them and end things. Don't lead them on and cause drama and confusion for no reason. Communication is key. Well, I mean, from the context, it seems like her from the context, it seems like her husband actually knows, like, because it's a friends with benefits situation, apparently. I mean, ending things with your spouse ain't cheap, but also you doing all this, you must hate them. So, I mean, yeah, like, I don't know. It's... I mean, I have my own beliefs and stuff, such, like, I feel like me personally, I feel like if you're gonna marry someone, you should just stick with that person, because, like, what's the point of dating? And that, at that point, because to me, the whole point of dating is to see whether the two of you would be compatible for marriage. So if you're already married to that person, that's you making the choice that that's the person that you can spend your life with. And I feel like doing things like this is just, I don't know, it rubs me the wrong way personally, but that's just me.
That maybe I'm being an asshole and should have broken your heart earlier because you seem to care too much about me, and it feels like there's a limit to how far we can explore that. If I send you a kissy face emoji after that, that's only going to decrease said DREAD. Jeffrey, I don't know how to put this in any nicer way, but the limit is in your head. It's made up and the points don't matter. You said earlier you're never going to feel okay with asking me to compromise. That's on you. See me if you want to see me. Don't if you don't. Just let me know that you're still wanting to be around afterwards. That's all I'm asking. I would very much enjoy seeing you tonight. I would also very much enjoy seeing you naked tonight, but that didn't seem as relevant to the conversation. Man, screw you, Jeff.
Okay.
Jeffrey. Was fully expecting not to go anywhere. I look like garbage. Come here looking exactly like you do, so I can tell you how false that statement is. I was about to be like, if you're garbage, then you're the hottest garbage anyone's ever seen. But then I realized hot garbage has another meaning that I don't want to imply. Hotness, unlike with people, does not make garbage more desirable. You are desirable. Hot garbage, not so much. I'm gonna make you eat your words the second you see me. Do your...
I mean, this wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't for the fact that Six was already married. Like, this just makes everything, this just makes all of this feel so much worse. Like, I'm, like, very uncomfortable looking at this. I'm like speechless. Stop. Like, honest, I feel like they shouldn't have. I don't even think they should have like even. No, this was before they broke up. Like, the guy reading says that this was just to show their relationship dynamic. This was before they broke up. But I mean, like, even then, like, in the context that she was like married and has kids, like, this feels like very icky. Like, I don't know why you would want to do this. Like, apparently that was in the messages that Jem sent. Like,
Worse, it's not gonna stop me from wanting to fuck you. You couldn't make yourself not hot if you tried. That's a challenge. It'd be like those 90s movies where the girl is supposed to be nerdy and unappealing, but then let her hair down and all of a sudden everyone realizes she's gorgeous. And you're like, wait, but she was hot the whole time? How did nobody notice this? What is he going on about? What are you gonna do? Like, put on a fake pair of glasses? You can't even mess your hair up that badly. It's way too straight to get tangled. You're just doomed to be good looking. You're ridiculous. Oh my god, I'm on my way. Now all of
like, what is this? Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like between like actual partners, it's not like that big of an issue. Like, two people are dating or me, like, I don't know, like, people have different ways of like showing affection and stuff. Like, I think this is a little bit, this might be a little bit much, but I mean, I don't think it would be a bit much, but the fact, in the context of everything else, it's just like, brother, you know? Like, how... It's like so odd to me, because Jem seems like the type of person that wants like a proper relationship. So like, why even toy with this idea in the first place? You know? It's just like, it's kind of contradictory to what even you seem like you want in a relationship. Like, you know? It's like, it's like people are not even gonna know what to believe anymore.
those DMs were from July of 2022. Now we jump forward to November of 2023 with these.
Oh, there's more
here.
Okay.
Six sends Jem a picture of the both of them when they were out one night. I assume it was that night they were bowling. Said, I look drunk, LOL. Yes, you do. Thanks for messaging me. I'm glad we did this too. Sweet dreams that you can have this too, and sends him another picture. And before we continue, I just want to say she looks so innocent and sweet here. She looks like such a sweet, kind soul.
Okay, yeah, there's the... Yeah, there's always an agenda with these types, with this. I don't know. It irks me when people are just like, I'm just providing information. I'm just giving unbiased opinions, and then they say stuff like this, like, oh my goodness, this person looks so sweet and innocent. It's like, bro, you're supposed to be giving information, not your thoughts. If you want to give your thoughts, don't say, oh, I'm just here to give information or unbiased information and yada yada yada. Like, bro, what is that forehead on Jem? I don't know. He has a bit of a receding hairline, but like, I don't know. This type of thing just always irks me when people are just like, I'm just here to provide information for documentation purposes, and then just start giving their own thoughts, and just being like, all right, it's clear which side you're on. That's the thing. Like, people don't want to hear your thoughts if you're saying like, oh yeah, I'm just here for I'm just making this for documentation purposes. Like, that's the issue with a lot of these videos. But
Jem, bro, how could you do something like this to her? And the final piece of information we get about this entire situation, spanning for almost a year, IMAD tweets one final tweet about Jem, saying he did try to add statements in the no contact agreement against me. The agreement, however, is between Six and Jem. The judge said that short of filing a separate harassment restraining order, he couldn't make any claims against me, and I've yet to receive anything of the sort. And as of that final tweet, that is everything that has happened to date around this whole Jem and Six case. This entire thing has been wild, and I guess we'll just have to wait and see until the official court hearing, if we do ever get to see the public records of that. But it seems like they are both working very hard on this case, as this is a pretty
so it's not even finished yet.
serious situation, as all of these allegations have been levied towards Jem, and now Jem is countersuing and for defamation. So it's going to be a very, very messy process. And for those of you who are fans of Squid School, yeah, don't expect any content from him anytime soon, at least for like the next year or so, because
when was this uploaded? Yesterday?
this is going to be taking up most, if not all, of his time. Now, I do want to send out prayers to Six, because I can only imagine how she must feel in this situation regarding all of this. And even IMAD, he also has to deal with this, given that he is with Six, so he like indirectly has to deal with this and support Six. So this is probably very distressing for both of them. And then
okay, yeah, this is just like, bro, I don't like this is like, I feel like people need to stop acting like there's only one right side. Like, two things can be true at once, and if you ask me, I think both of them are in the wrong in this scenario. Like, I think they both did things that were just bad and plain weird. It's like, again, I'm not going to try to tell anyone how to live, but I mean, you reap what you sow, and like, I don't, this whole situation is just, it's just a mess. It's it's stupid, and I don't think either party is in the right in this scenario. I think everyone here was just, everyone in this scenario is just wrong. Look at the update. I've been informed that Jem was actually investigated. The police are trying to charge him with 2 counts of criminal sexual conduct pending prosecution, 4th degree for the assault and 3rd degree for the slap. Gee. I'm sad of the loss of Squid School, the channel, not the person. Most important, I hope someone else can take over this type of channel for Splatoon 4. Yeah, I hope that's true. For a guy that gives out dating advice, he sure was the least qualified person to be doing this. Would have a dark. All right, buddy. I don't think that's true, but Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. This whole situation is just weird. Let me link you guys the video, give it a like. This was a good video despite my gripes at the end, but yeah, go give the video a like. But yeah, I don't know. This situation was just my takeaway from this is that both people are in the wrong. Like I don't think it's just Jem that's wrong. I think Six also did things that were like questionable. Like I feel like that's just some. I can't even put it into words. Like this is just it's just a messy situation all around, and I feel like this could have been avoided if both people just didn't do the things that they were doing. Like Six was already supposedly married with kids, so like why are you even trying to do things with another person to begin with? And I think Jem just should have not engaged in the first place, knowing that. Like, I don't know, man. I feel like both of them were doing things that just led to the situation spiraling out of control for both of them.